Hi, my name is Javier Carrera Cortez, and my co-facilitator was Bonita Damali. We really turned the tide, removed the lit session this time around. Some of the key concepts that we were discussed were diversity in the workplace, imposter syndrome, microinformation, microaggressions. We also discussed about, for the workplace to truly embrace this type of work, DEI, there must be accountability paired with intentionality. Understanding that DEI work through the lens of conversations, actions, experiences, really enriches the workplace. And again, just a diverse mix of voices leads to a better discussion, decisions, and outcomes for everyone. Thank you.
We're very happy to share what we took away and our experiences from our plug-in group, but we also wanted to say that we are going to speak a bit in generalities because this was a very safe space for all of our participants, and we feel that we should only share what was agreed upon to share with a larger group.
In our group, we began with our first plug-in session with a self-reflection of where we stood as far as being an ally, advocate, or activist. We also revisited this at the end of our plug-in sessions to see what growth we may have seen. Another thing that really drew our attention is in our first session, it was brought to the attention of the group the UAGC Equity for Excellence, a call to action statement. And this is something that the group decided to begin with to center our discussions going forward.
We had some takeaways that we wanted to focus our work in the future when we are no longer a plug-in group. And some of those things were including all the voices at the table, and that includes consideration of communication styles and the intent of those people who are speaking. It also included lifting the voices of those that might be silenced and being able to ask questions to understand and get people's perspectives. We also want to continue to recognize bias, not just in others, but in ourselves, and being able to build true relationships and connections with people that we work with on a daily basis.
In addition to those takeaways, our group actually had the opportunity to take some action during our time. This summer, we examined the visibility of that statement that we shared, the Equity for Excellence, a call for action, to be sure that that is visible to all areas of the university and in multiple places. We also initiated the exploration of a student group for diverse abilities.
And then we had some items that we would really like the university to consider. And one of those is to continue professional development for skills such as recognizing unconscious bias and using empathic listening, and also a commitment from the entire university to address diversity and inclusion. And with that, we'd like to say we really loved working with our team, wonderful group of people, and we hope to encounter them more on a daily basis.
Thank you.
My name is Benita Joy Donnelly. Being a facilitator for Remove the Lid allowed me to meet staff from various backgrounds and actively participate in the discussion of diversity, equity, and inclusion. One of the key concepts discussed included prejudice to isms, such as racism, sexism, classism. Our session was held in a safe space, which created an opportunity for making real connections based on understanding and empathy. In the end, it was determined that many employees want to see change in the workplace for students and staff and are willing to do the work. Having a seat at the table with leadership is step 2 of being heard and making much needed changes in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Imagine having a space where it is safe to join in with conversations that matter. In the course of our dialogues, we had the opportunity to engage with one another with respect and humility. We learned to pause so that we could listen to the language we use to describe ourselves and others. Through shared presence, we continued to examine the complex layers and intersectionality of identity that drive a call to action, to not only turn the tide of our own beliefs and behaviors, but to engage others to join in and follow through so that we may transform hope for a better tomorrow into genuine empathy and sustainable inclusion.
After establishing an agreed upon safe space in which we could listen to each other without interruption, a space where we could criticize ideas and not individuals, ask questions, stimulate new ideas, and challenge opinions, our cohort navigated through several candid conversations that generated some individual realizations, enhanced connections, and uncovered a pathway towards mutual understanding that will allow us to make progress towards better outcomes for everyone. Participants in our cohort shared their growth in recognizing the power of allyship, acknowledging the critical need for daily reflection for self-awareness, the necessity of mutual respect when navigating difficult conversations, along with the power of transparency, validation, and inclusion. We recognize that we all have a sphere of influence. The challenge is continuing to find sources of courage to give momentum to our voices. There are many problems that need to be addressed. We cannot avoid them indefinitely. We cannot continue to be silent. Meaningful dialogue can lead to effective action and can lead to necessary change. Thank you.